Sandra from Sandra and Chris on KISS 105.3, and welcome to the Snowsuit Fund's Dinner in a Box. A fabulous evening at home with fine wine, little cocktail, beautiful dinner, and you're doing it for a great cause, the Snowsuit Fund, and this evening is proudly supported by BMO Private Wealth. So, here we are again. We're still in a pandemic. 2 years in a row, we have been doing a virtual event at home and kind of bringing the party to you. Hopefully next year we'll be seeing each other live once again, but the sentiment remains the same. We're all here to support the Snowsuit Fund. Just an FYI, 200 boxes were sold tonight. That's 400 dinners, and that's $30,000 towards the Snowsuit Fund. So thank you for your support. We hope you have a wonderful night. Typically, we would be seeing each other right now. We would be at a big party. There would be a live auction. There would be a silent auction. Unfortunately, we're not pulling that off this year because we're not together. However, there is a QR code. So if you follow the link from the event program, you can go ahead and make a donation to the Snowsuit Fund. It's super easy to do. Just remember, $50, one snowsuit. That's kind of the magic number. Again, just a reminder that we have a couple of people that we would like to introduce to you tonight, but that QR code, just if you do one thing tonight, make it to that QR code. We're going to hear from a couple of people, including Trina Fraser, who is our board chair. Our event co-chair is Lise Clement, and Jody Harrison are as well going to say a few words. And don't forget, it's been 40 years of the Snowsuit Fund. So you think about where this organization started and where it is now. They are going to speak to that. We're also going to talk to Daniel Roussy, who as a child was actually a recipient of a snowsuit from the Snowsuit Fund. So we're going to begin right now by introducing the evening's co-chairs. Please welcome Lise Clement and Jody Harrison.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Lise Clement and I am a co-chair of the Snowsuit Fund's Dinner Party in a Box. I'm here at the Snowsuit Fund Depot with my fellow board member, Jody Harrison.
Thank you, Lise. The Snowsuit Fund is an Ottawa-based charity that raises funds for the purchase and distribution of brand new, quality-made snowsuits to children 15 years and under from low-income families in our community. We have been providing warm snowsuits to Ottawa children for the last 40 years. With predictions of an especially harsh winter and economic fallout from the pandemic, the need is greater than ever, and we are so grateful for your support.
After spending what felt like an eternity indoors last winter, I think we all have a new appreciation for the importance of outdoor play for adults and children alike. We know from the research that for children, being dressed warmly to play outdoors is critical for their physical well-being, mental health, and self-esteem.
From Lise and myself, the Dinner Party in a Box committee, and the entire Snowsuit Fund board, thank you all for being here tonight. In a typical season, we distribute 16,000 or more new children's snowsuits to qualifying low-income families. Your support directly helps us keep Ottawa children warm, regardless of economic circumstance.
Your Dinner Party in a Box. Sponsor investments and cash donations directly support the purchase and distribution of quality-made warm snowsuits, so we need never turn a child away.
We would like to give a big thanks to the Dinner Party in a Box planning team, made up of board members and local business leaders whose tireless efforts made tonight's event happen. As well, a special shout out to the Snowsuit Fund Depot staff who are with us online tonight and who have helped us assemble tonight's boxes. Every day, this incredible team welcomes families with compassion and respect and provides outstanding service. On behalf of the board of directors and all of our clients, we want to extend an enormous thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the spectacular dinner. And don't forget that for every $50 donation we receive, we are able to provide an additional snowsuit. Visit thesnowsuitfund.com and click on Dinner Party in a Box if you wish to make a donation. Thanks again for being here with us tonight and for helping us keep kids in Ottawa warm.
Next up, we're so excited to introduce to you Daniel Roussy. He has an incredible story to tell about his experience with the Snowsuit Fund and how it helped him and his family. Please welcome Daniel Roussy.
As a child, I was raised by a single mom most of my life, and it was tough having one parent do all the income for the family. And while I was a child, I was about probably 6 or 7 years old. And then she took part of the Snowsuit Foundation to get me a snowsuit to play outside with the other kids. And that's when I got introduced to this great, amazing charity. And that's why I hold it dear to my heart, because you guys gave me a snowsuit when I was a child and made me feel like I have versus not feeling like I have not. I do remember showing up there with my mom and the staff just being very amazing to us, feeling like, you know, I wasn't too sure where I was going as a kid. I just thought it was a store. So it was cool that they made me feel, you know, I wasn't going to a charity per se. They were very welcoming. And I think it was a green snowsuit that I got. And I wore it for a good number of times, and I used it a lot. I was playing outside frequently with it, and it was just an amazing experience as a child to have. The community I come from is a, how do you call it, like a lower income cooperative housing. So we were probably like 5 to 6 kids that all took part of the Snowsuit Foundation. At the time, I was able to have the choice. I think they gave me 2 of them that I was able to choose. And personally, as a kid, I like green. So I chose the green ones, and the other kids in the neighborhood all respectively got different ones because, you know, they didn't want us to feel like we all looked the same. So it was great that we were able to get different makes and model, different colors of snowsuits because, you know, as a child, you want to stand out. You don't want to look like all the rest of the kids. So it was great that we had the opportunity to choose different models and different sizes and different colors of snowsuits for our needs. So probably from 5, 6, 7, 8, those were the years that I took part of the program and was able to get snowsuits. I find back in the late 90s, temperatures were a little bit more colder. There was a little bit more snow than nowadays. And you know, it's very important to keep the child warm at that period of time for sure. My big takeaway is, you know, every parent, they have that struggle with children of always outgrowing their clothes. You know, parents are always coming into the store struggling like, hey, I'm trying to get a snowsuit, but the one I bought last year doesn't work. And I just want people to think about, instead of going to the marketplace and you know, selling it by yourself and having the profit to yourself, think about donating to charities, because now with COVID, there's a lot of families out there that are struggling and need help with any type of snow equipment as well.
Next up, we're so excited to introduce to you this year's chair of the Snowsuit Fund. She's fierce, she's fabulous. She's a lawyer, so don't even think about messing with her. She's a partner at Brazo Seller Law. She's a mother of 2. Please welcome Trina Fraser.
Good evening, and thank you for participating in the Snowsuit Fund's Dinner Party in a Box. The Snowsuit Fund has been in operation in Ottawa for 40 years now. This season, we will give out over 16,000 snowsuits to children in need in our community, and it is only through events like these that we are able to meet the mandate. We do not receive any government funding, so thank you so much for your generosity and support, and please enjoy your evening.
It takes a lot of people to put an amazing night like this together, and this city is so full of so many amazing corporate citizens. So let's give it up for tonight's sponsors, including BMO Private Wealth, Harrison Wealth Advisory Group, BMO Nesbitt Burns, Lansdowne Consulting Group, Norton Rose Fulbright, Royal LePage Team Realty, Salon Fiorella, and all of the local businesses who made this dinner in a box so really, really special as well. Special thanks to Daniel Roussy for telling his story. A huge thanks to Don Masters and the Media Plus team, Stephen Bekta and his Curated by Bekta culinary team. We're going to hear more from them coming up. The planning team, the depot staff, the volunteers, all the amazing people who help run the Snowsuit Fund. Every child deserves to be warm and to benefit from outdoor play. It can change lives. It can help a whole family. It can change the trajectory of a person's life. Enjoy your evening, and don't forget about the QR code. It's on your evening's program. Follow that, and please give a donation to the Snowsuit Fund and help keep a child warm this winter. Remember, $50 buys 1 snowsuit. For now, we hope you enjoy your meal tonight. If you'd like to learn more about it, we are very excited to introduce to you Stephen Bekta himself, who will tell you exactly how you can finish and plate your gorgeous meal in 20 minutes. Bon appetit.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 2021 Snowsuit Fund Party in a Box Gala. Thanks so much for supporting this amazing cause tonight, and we are just thrilled at Curated by Bekta to be part of this celebration for a second year in a row. Hopefully we can all celebrate in person next year, but we've got an amazing menu for you tonight, and we're honored to be able to cook for you and with you this evening. There's a lot of deliciousness coming your way. I want to keep the video nice and tight, so I've gone ahead and put our lovely Cornish hen in the oven. I'm also going to be doing a vegetarian main course for those vegetarians out there, and searing up a beautiful maitake mushroom steak. So the Cornish hen needs 15 minutes in the oven, so it's about halfway there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the appetizer. So we have this lovely roasted local squash and some beautiful fresh watercress. And we're just going to put that in a nice mixing bowl. We really tried to make the menu super easy for you to finish at home tonight. So a generous amount of olive oil, and then salt and pepper. And give that a nice stir. Gorgeous fall colors and fall flavors. And this is just the start. Oh, I messed up already. I forgot there is another component to this plate that needs to go down first. Silly me. So we've got our raita or the almond crema, depending if you are vegan or not. But for most of you, you will have the raita, which is based upon yogurt, so a little bit of dairy in there, and really bright, fresh flavors. But the almond crema is a great substitute for those vegans out there. I'm going to try to talk to both menus tonight as much as I can. Go. So once you dressed your salad, put it on top of the raita, and that's going to give you some really nice, beautiful acidity to the dish. And then we've got all kinds of garnishes for you, depending on your particular allergies or dietary preferences. We've got some sourdough croutons if you eat gluten. But for everyone, we've got toasted and seasoned pumpkin seeds. And you can sprinkle these around the outside of the plate because they add such a great color when the spice from the pumpkin seeds sort of smashes against the plate and picks up the spice on, especially if you're doing it on nice white plates. There we go. And then we've got our pomegranate seeds. You can use a spoon for this one. There is some pickling liquid in here, which adds to the salad. And again, if you are vegan and don't eat dairy, your almond crema is going to go on the bottom, and it is just luxurious and delicious. And then if you're gluten-free, we won't hopefully send you some sourdough croutons, but they're a great way to finish this salad. All right, there we go. Nice and easy. Our roasted squash and watercress salad with the pickled pomegranate, the raita or almond crema, toasted sourdough croutons, and spiced pumpkin seeds. There we go. Now let's get rolling on our main course. Make sure you take your dessert out in order to bring it to room temperature. Now what I've done is I've gone ahead and put the carrot puree on the stovetop. And because I'm doing the vegetarian vegan part, I've also done some vegan demi-glaze. For those of you who are having the Cornish hen, you don't have some of that, so a couple less pots to use. Now with the mushroom steak, we're going to get to medium-high. I use a cast iron pan, but any non-stick pan will work fine. That can go in the oven. Very important. So in terms of neutral cooking oil, you can use canola oil or you can use grapeseed oil, which is what I use because it has a really neutral flavor. Not much there. So the pan is going to get relatively warm, and we're also going to warm up a nice non-stick pan with the same thing. 1 tablespoon of canola or grapeseed oil per person. Look, if you don't have it, you can use olive oil, and that's fine too. All right. So we are going to be sauteing our roasted carrots and the broccolini in one pan in that oil, and I'm going to do the maitake mushroom steak in the other one. I want to make sure that I've got the cooking instructions down right. So 2 tablespoons of neutral oil per maitake mushroom steak, and it's going to be 4 minutes on one side, and then we're going to flip it and turn the heat down to medium, and then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person, and if you're vegan, maybe you have some vegan butter at home. But if not, you can use some oil as well, and we're going to put it in the oven for 8 minutes. And we're going to do that while the Cornish hen is resting, so hopefully everything will come together beautifully for the timing. Now with the vegan demi-glaze, give it a little spin. Make sure it doesn't reduce too much. Okay, I'm thinking that our pan is going to be nice and warm. So maitake is going right in there. And so we're going to do 4 minutes. Keep an eye on that. Maybe I'll have a little taste of wine while we're doing this. You guys have some beautiful cocktails that you're going to be enjoying this evening, so I hope you enjoy it. From Bar From Afar, Greg is an old alumni of VECTA, and he and his team have done such an amazing job, and I'm thrilled that they are supporting the Snowsuit Fund cause as well this year. Okay. Oh yeah, and you will all, hey Google, off. You will all get a little demi-baguette from Nat's Bread, and that's going to go in the oven for about 5 minutes. There's a little trick to this. If you've got some ice cubes around, throw it in the base of the oven, because what it does is it introduces some moisture to be able to steam the bread, which makes it even more delicious. Okay, the steak's warming up, this guy warming up. We're going to give that a little stir. Cornish hen comes out after 15 minutes. And we're going to just put it on a resting rack for 3 to 5 minutes. You can put the juices on there because you don't want those to go to waste. And this is the key. Right away, you want to take some of this za'atar spice and sprinkle it all over. So this is sesame, sumac, a little bit of chili, some salt, pepper. It's a Middle Eastern spice, and it just adds such a gorgeous flavoring to the hen while it is resting. For me, I need to remember to save a little bit for my maitake mushroom steak, because that's also going in there. All right, so I think we're close on the maitake. So we're going to do for 4 minutes, then we're going to flip and turn the heat down to medium, and add the 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm sure most of you have never had a maitake mushroom steak. Okay, and as soon as the butter goes in there, we're going to take it and we're going to throw it in the oven. Now I'm going to move my pan over because I like this guy a whole lot more. This guy's going to go up, and so is this guy, because we're going to get ready to warm it up. Okay, now, because my pan is hot, we're going to put the broccolini and the carrots in. Give it a stir. We've got 5 minutes on these guys before we add some butter. That should hopefully be great on the maitake mushroom. I might have to put the Cornish hen back in the oven for just a minute to warm it up, because I may over-rest it. And you guys have a beautiful wine tonight that is being paired with you, but the Snowsuit Fund took care of that so that they could make even more money for their cause. So I don't know what you're having, but I think it's a Pinot Noir, and I'm sure it's going to be delicious. All right, so let's talk about dessert while those guys are going on. We've got our dark chocolate tart with dulce de leche and marshmallow fluff. Who doesn't love marshmallow fluff? Now let me make sure I got the instructions proper for this. So bring all the ingredients to room temperature, very important. Place a dollop of the dulce de leche to the left of the plate and swoosh down into the center. So in my case, I use these lovely soup bowls for dessert. It always seems to work out really well. So dulce de leche, we basically take condensed milk in a can and we poach it until it caramelizes. And it is the most decadent, wonderful stuff. So half of this per person. We don't want, one of you who's finishing the dishes to have more dulce de leche than the rest because it's pretty decadent. And give it a little spin, swoosh, so we can enjoy it. Maybe there's a little bit on your spoon. That is so good. Okay, this guy's on high instead of medium high, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. You want a little bit of nice crispy brown on, especially on the broccolini. And don't let me forget to season it with salt and pepper. Okay, back to dessert. We're going to put the tart in the center of the plate with the marshmallow fluff and serve it away. Marshmallow fluff. This is our first time that we do this for a meal kit in a very long time. Marshmallow fluff is big at Gezellig because it's one of our famous dishes on the menu that's been there since day one. Is our Butterfinger dessert. Really great. So there we have our dark chocolate tart with marshmallow fluff and the dulce de leche. Decadent and fun. Okay, main courses are getting ready. I think we're close to the 5 minutes on this. So 1 tablespoon of butter per person goes right in there. And now I'm going to season it with the salt and pepper. You shouldn't need to season your mushroom demi-glaze for the vegetarians or your carrot puree. We've taken care of that for you. Make sure to give it a stir so it's all nice and warm. And this guy is maybe going to go up in temperature just a little bit. And like I said, I'm going to take my Cornish hen and I'm going to put it back in the oven for just a sec. I'm also going to take my bread out, which is nice and steamed right now. And this guy, once it cools down for a second, I'll just slice it up. And I guess I need a little side plate for that. I know I've got a good one in here. Rectangular plate. And I'm going to need a spoon for my chermoula and another spoon for my mushroom demi-glaze. I am not plating the cashew cheesecake tonight. So for those vegan, gluten-free folks out there, we've got a delicious dessert for you. I've tried it in the past, but it's not quite set yet. So you won't see a picture of it, but I know you're going to love it. Okay. The veg is almost ready. I know my tacky mushroom steak is almost ready. And the hen is just warming up. So let's see what Chef Rich says on the plating. Carrot puree at the bottom of the plate in a circle. Then place your vegetables on top, followed by your hen or my tacky mushroom steak. Okay. So we're going to divide this evenly. For those vegans out there, we have a dairy-free version of the carrot puree. But for those of you who do enjoy dairy, like I do, we've got some butter in there as well. And so here is our little chef secret. Take the back of a spoon and you can spoon it around. This one has probably a little bit more than this guy. And try to put it close to the outside of the plate so that you can see it even when all the other stuff is on top. Color is so important when finishing off. So is tasting stuff. That is really good. Okay, the veg is next. And again, make sure that the colors pop out the side so that when you put your hen on or your maitake mushroom steak on, that you also see the lovely colors of your carrots and broccolini. And why not put a little bit of that butter in there? This is a party, right? You want to be able to have some nice, rich food. All right. So that guy is good. Let's turn it off. Let's take our hen out. While the steak is finished, the maitake steak is finishing off. In a little space for our hen. This is the only place you're going to really need a knife, is the bread and then the hen. So you can separate, if you like, the breast and the leg. Now I want to make sure, yeah, the tremula is going on top and around. Gorgeous. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt to it. And I've got two hens on there. Oops, haha. I knew something was wrong. The burner was still on. Oh, and our mushroom steak. Beautiful. So you can just give it a little spin in the butter if you are not vegan. This is gorgeous. You know, I never do the vegetarian dish when we record these meal kits, and it looks amazing. So all this great mushroom butter, make sure that it goes on there. I think that's going to be my favorite dish of the night. And I've got the vegan demi-glaze on top. This is basically a souped up, super powered mushroom stock that has been reduced. Give it all kinds of umami. And why not hit it with a little bit of sea salt as well. And then all we need left, oh yeah, is our za'atar spice. This looks incredible. This is like my favorite vegetarian dish I've seen in forever. Okay, and then the tremula. There's yet another ingredient to make this delicious. Make sure to give it a spin because the oil will separate. Now this is garlic, cumin, coriander oil, lemon, and some olive oil. And you can just put it right on top. And then around the plate. Make sure to dip both the hen and the mushroom steak in it, because this stuff is like magic. I'm going to put a little bit on top there. Wow. Do these ever look good? And then for the bread, just cut it into small little slices. I believe the Snowsuit Fund is arranged for a gorgeous olive oil for you to dip this in when it's warm. There we go. Voila. But that, my friends, is the maitake mushroom steak with the corn puree, roasted carrots, broccolini, green tremula, the red za'atar on top, and the vegan demi-glaze. And then for the meat eaters out there, I got to clean this up. So I got a little messy. We have the brined Quebec Cornish game hen with the roasted carrots, the broccolini, the carrot puree with dairy in it, and the green tremula as well. I hope you love your evening. Thanks for celebrating with us and for all your incredible support of the Snowsuit Fund that does amazing work in our community, making sure that the children in our community all have a warm coat to wear this wintertime.